Well, hello. This is a little discussion video to help you look through the talk on Sunday, which was from John chapter 12. My introduction was about being techie and not being techie and the need for a reboot, turning on and off. You got stories on that one? Pause and just chat about a second. Of course, I led on quickly to talk about the need for a spiritual reboot. Question I have you at the beginning is, how do you know if you're ready for a spiritual reboot? How do you know if you need one? Pause and chat about that for a second. I made a comment that the Christian life, as in life in general, is all about how we see things and how we often need just a change of perspective. And I wonder if you have any initiative or any incident, that you can mention here of God's initiative in your life in this area, where God helped you get a change of perspective on something. I was in John chapter 12 and was struggling to go there as to what I might say. So why don't you read John chapter 12, verses 12 to 19, and maybe pop across at the same time to Luke 19 and read some around that as well. So pause and read John 12, 12 to 19. For me, it was all about the donkey in verse 14. You think I'm overstating it? Any significance for you? John 12, verse 14. I made a comment that we all need a Messiah. We all want one, someone to make our life better, sort our problems out. And I talked about Barack Obama, poor lad, when he became president of America. There was a sense that some people saw him as the Messiah, something he could never be. Do you relate to that kind of idea? Looking for someone to come in for you to make your life work. It could be your spouse. Do you look to your spouse in that way? Do you look to family members? Comment there for a second. I made a comment that he only got on the donkey because of the crowd, though he fulfilled the prophecy of 450 years before with Zechariah. He didn't come to fulfill that prophecy by getting on the donkey. He got on the donkey because of something happened in the moment. Of course, the donkey was necessary, and he knew so, and he had it there prepared. But he got on the donkey because of the crowd. I want you to pause and discuss these questions. So how's life right now? Spiritually. How are things with your heart? How are things with your soul? You feel safe to talk about this? Pause and do that for a second. I made a comment, there's a need for each of us to recognize we need refreshing regularly. A reboot is always possible and necessary, particularly when it comes to our relationship with Jesus. In my case, God used a donkey. My reboot led me here to the idea that Jesus is not just my Savior, but my King. Discuss for a moment together about Jesus not being your ruler, but reigning in you. It's not about rule, but it's about reign. Discuss that. Right. I'd like you to read Matthew chapters 11, verses 28 to 30, if you have a moment, and then to read it in the Message. That's to come to me, all who are weary and burdened and heavy laden. I'd like you to read that. And what does that look like in your life? To walk with me and work with me, watch how I do it, learn the unforced rhythms of grace. What does that look like in your life? All the rest.